Good morning, everybody. What's good? What's good? Welcome to another edition of the SBP back in full effect for another week. Here to chop it up with all of you, our favorite people. And we're going to definitely have some fun. We got week 18 action, which is always a tricky week um, in the pro football world, especially if you are a gambler, if you play FanDuel, if you happen to be in a fantasy football league that stretches out to the very last game of the season. I know most leagues end up ending the week before last because it's so unpredictable because you just don't know who's going to play. But nevertheless, it's our last week of regular season football, folks. So we're going to enjoy it nonetheless. But as always, I'm your boy Prime, and back in the building from a little vacation is my guy Source. What's up, man?
Oh man, I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. My stomach said, "You are not ready. You need some Joan growling, doing all kinds of things." What's up, Prime? Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you too. This is the first time we've been on since last year. We've been on together.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because today's the 7th, so
Yeah,
it's the first Sunday of the year,
yeah, yeah. So
and yeah, we out here.
we out here, and shout out to my guys once again that came through. And of course, you guys have seen them before, but shout out to Didge and Joel. And last week, Juwan. Juwan came through. We
Oh
hadn't
yeah,
seen him in a minute, so we had a great show last week. Not only discussing the NFL, but of course, Juwan was not going to let it pass because the Knicks made a trade, so he wanted to jump in, and I gave some very, very, very great insight on some things going on up north. So shout
word.
out to the guys, man. No doubt, no doubt. How you feeling this morning, though, bro?
You know, it's another day, another dollar. But what I will say is, man, the SBP pick and pool, man, that joint is. I don't even know we're gonna do a playoff joint. That joint ain't even reached 30 people this week. Say we
What?
lightweight.
What?
Yeah, we
I
start off
slipped
in
up. I was supposed to slide in. I had so much stuff going on. I thought about it this morning. Oops. I said, well, you messed up now, bro.
yeah. Life
Yeah.
goes on though, but it is what it is. Ain't that big a deal.
Good morning to everybody checking this out. Kev, what's good? JB, what is good? Kev says he want to send this out real early right here. Still a Nation. Still a Nation is out and waiting. They're waiting on some things that happened today. They did what they were supposed to do yesterday, so they are waiting to find out their playoff fate. So good luck to all the Steeler fans and all you folks who's out there with the fire Mike Tomlin signs. All right, y'all got a
Hey,
chance.
Kev, you better be glad y'all played Baltimore in the last week. Cause if y'all played like that against anybody else, you wouldn't have to worry about waiting for nothing. Cause it wouldn't be nothing to wait for. So appreciate it.
Yeah, that one right there. Even though I'm not a Steeler fan, that's my guy right there. Watt out for the year. That does hurt. That
Yeah,
does hurt.
by your
To
own teammate too. That was tough to see, man. I was like, dang.
really fire, man. This is crazy. Good morning, Caesar. Caesar said you hitting different this morning. So
Oh, hey, go ahead, Prime. Now that Caesar brought it up. Hold on.
okay. Caesar, you done started something. Caesar, you done started something. And just you done started something if and only if you manage not to upset Mike or myself within the next week and you are free, we might let you come on and do some playoff picks next week. But we'll know. We'll see. I know it's gonna be hard for you, bro. Try real hard. Try real hard to keep it together. No matter what happens today in week 18 to teams, try real hard. And we might let you come on pick some playoff picks next week or whenever you are free. All right. So we're going to see how that goes down. Don, my guy from the SBP OGs in the house. I'm going to see you a little bit later today. My brother AJ, always fresh. Good morning, my guy. Um, Too bad I could catch, won't be able to catch up with you later on today, my man. But we're gonna be around for another week or two, so we'll see what happens with that, my man. No doubt.
Cuzzo in there.
Yeah, he in there. Yeah, he in effect. What else we got? Caesar says, what he got here? He might light your TikTok. He might light up his TikTok yesterday and boost the viewers. So it's happening. So what's happening? So what is happening, Caesar? You gonna piss one of us off, or you gonna be a good young upstanding citizen of SBP and maybe be able to get on to pick some playoff picks next week? Which one are you talking about?
What do you say? Oh, excuse me. What did you
Caesar.
say?
So I told Caesar, I said, if he manages not to, upset you or I today and the rest of the week, we might let him pick a couple of playoff games in one of the shows in a couple of weeks. But that's an if. I know it's gonna be hard for him. I know it's gonna be hard.
Caesar upset me every time he comment. So
Baby coming on the 18th. Well, congratulations to you, man. I hope all goes well on that one. Caesar want to get on so bad. Caesar mess around and try to go live in the delivery room.
yep, that's about right. That's about right.
But
Caesar,
you know what?
This for you, Caesar.
That
Not
right
cereal.
there, that would actually put you in Hall of Fame consideration. I mean, you're already getting some nods there. You got a fan base, and you're the first to do a few things in here, get banned, burn a jersey. You're the first person to get a character in here. He is the Noid. Old heads understand who that is. That is the Noid. But if Caesar was to go live in the delivery room, that would be crazy.
Stephanie deserves better, but that's another story.
Caesar, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're looking out for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, yeah, we got a few things we're gonna talk about. I saw somebody mention the Steelers, and he does Big Kev talk about his squad, right? And yeah, man, shout out to the Steelers. Like I say, they are sitting and wait. They're sitting and waiting. They need some things to happen. I believe Jacksonville factors into that more than anybody else, whether they win or lose. There may be another scenario. I'm not quite sure. But that's something to watch too, Source, because we talk about Jacksonville today. We're not picking their game. We're not scheduled to pick their game, but Trevor Lawrence is a question mark for them today. For a team that badly, and I mean badly, they have to win today to get into the playoffs. There's possible they could be eliminated. Or some things going on there. You have Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk just got reactivated. So we're trying to figure out, is he going to play today? And Zay Jones, who's been hurt, is supposed to definitely play today.
Zay Jones.
So for all intents and purposes, they need Trevor Lawrence in this football game to make sure everything is copacetic. So that's a game to watch right there.
Wait, who they playing again?
The Jags play. Who do the Jags play? Oh, Titans.
That's right.
The Titans would love nothing more than to spoil these people.
Mm-hmm.
And also do it up big, because there is the potential that this could be King Henry's last game in Tennessee.
Woo.
Get that man to rock 35 times today.
So the end of an era.
Let that man get 35 carries a day, and send him out right if he is indeed going to be on out of here.
And let D Hop get his get his 60 yards.
I think like 60 yards, 65, something like that.
Yeah,
needs a little something to get that in pockets fatter, right? Looks like it depends on your boy Ryan Tannehill though. Tannehill is back in starting lineup today. Your boy Mr. Coffee Mayonnaise he's out. So Coffee Mayonnaise is not playing, so it's all on Tannehill, bro.
Why is Tannehill going out there, John? Why they got Tannehill going out there to
man, it's an audition.
Yeah, to audition for somebody else. It must be, got to be, because there ain't no other reason for him to go out there, John, at this point.
Star Search, America's Got Talent, something.
Speaking of Star Search, Brian, you watch Questlove Supreme?
What is it?
Questlove Supreme podcast.
I do.
They just had a joint the other day with Tracy Spencer and Shanice Wilson.
What?
Yeah. You said Questlove. I mean, you said Star Search. I'm like, hold on, both of them was on Star Search.
I got to get up on that there.
Yeah. It was
Get
good.
up on that, without a doubt. I'm definitely checking that out. And speaking of yesterday, I had to put this out there. And much love to all of the good folks in the SBP.
Uh-oh.
But I want to I'm going to brag a little bit, and I'm going to get on some of you people.
Uh-oh.
And what I want to tell the good folks of the SBP is, we told y'all you didn't listen. Source, do you have any idea what I'm talking about? I'm going to give you...
No idea.
I'm going to give you a hint. I think I started this train around about week 4 or 5. You agreed, and I think we've been on the same page about a particular player the entire season, but somehow 75% of America is just figuring this out. It's figuring out that the dude can play.
Did he play yesterday?
Aha! Yes, he did.
Are we talking about CJ Stroud?
Man, you know we talking about CJ Stroud, bro. I'm sitting here watching the group, and I'm like, man, CJ is him. CJ, they might make some noise in the playoffs. CJ tough. Bro, we told y'all that like week 4, week 5. Where y'all been?
I did notice that.
Have been so wrapped up in like just your team or your FanDuel parlay. What? This dude been that dude, man. I told y'all that narrative about these quarterbacks from that university. He's trying to put that away. CJ Stroud is the man, and his team is in the playoffs. So
I love to see it, and they're gonna be a problem for somebody. I can't wait to see these matchups. I can't wait to see these matchups after today.
Yeah, and granted, somebody will quickly point out, well, if Minshew completes the pass, throws the pass correctly, they may or may not get in. Well, still, this guy missed a handful of games as well. How do we know he doesn't tack on another win or two and they're not in this position, right?
Right.
Now, I'm gonna tell you what makes this even greater, right? For those of you who are your eyes are just opening up to what's been fact, right? This guy has them in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They lost their best receiver weeks ago. They played several weeks without Dalton Schultz, who just came back a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Right? Nico has missed a couple of games, even though he showed out last night.
Yep.
Right? They played last night without Noah Brown and Robert Woods.
And let's not forget Tank Dell.
Yeah, well, I said they lost their best receiver.
Oh,
he wasn't the best receiver.
I'm sorry.
So, and that's no shade to Nico Collins, but man, CJ Stroud is the man. And I do agree with a lot of folks were putting out in the group about they could be a problem for somebody. I do want to see what these matchups are, because one thing about them, they're tough defensively too. You got to take your hat off to that organization. Rookie head coach who's done a phenomenal job with a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And they had a rookie receiver that was lighting it up. You know what I'm saying?
Did you happen to see the last time that a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback made playoffs?
No.
2012.
2012?
Yep.
Hey, who was that?
Andrew Luck.
Okay. Mr. Luck. Makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay. Man, that is a big. That's been a minute, man. We were talking about 11 years, 10.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
That is crazy. But that defense over there is tough. They can play. And then the running back situation, they had to go to Singletary, you know what I'm saying, who was actually really was third in their depth chart because they lost 2 running backs in the course of the season for parts of the season. So shout out to the Houston Texans. But we told y'all about this dude and you didn't listen. When Prime and Source are telling y'all stuff, you need to listen. Write it down. I don't care what you put it in your phone. Do something.
Take a picture.
Early in the season.
Yeah, it was funny seeing the comments yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, CJ Stroud, he looking all right. Hey, CJ Stroud ain't bad. What? Yeah.
I can understand like 1 or 2 comments. There was a lot of them. I'm like, hold on, bro. Y'all have been watching the SBP. Well, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Well, I got to work in the morning. I go to church in the morning. Yeah, that's right. That's why you can replay it right here in the group. You can replay it over on SBP TV on YouTube as well. So we ain't trying to hear that, bro. We ain't trying to hear that. Shout out to the guy, man. So I hope he do some damage. I hope he do a lot of damage in the AFC playoffs. I don't really care. My team playing the NFC. So as far as the man go, I'm with him. If they go out the first round, I'm with him. Do the baller.
Rookie of the year and coach of the year, possibly.
Yeah, he has to be rookie of the year. The only other person, in my opinion, that I could even consider, and somebody else throw somebody else at me, but I'm thinking maybe Puka Nacua has got to be pretty high on that list.
You don't want to mention your kicker?
Well, technically, he's not a rookie, but he is. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be humble today, bro. Be humble today, you know.
Trying to be humble today. I see.
I'm trying to win today. I ain't trying to, I ain't doing all that, stuff. I might need him today. I know it don't sound like likely, but I might need him. So we are playing on the road. So shout out to this dude right here. We told y'all, but you didn't listen. Do better next time. What else we got here? Let's get into let me see if I'm gonna jump into these games. We talked about the Bucks. I do want to talk about the Bucks real quick. It's very simple since we don't have their game on the slate. Your boy Baker Mayfield. We talked about him last week with Juwan because actually Juwan he likes Baker Mayfield, but not only has a chance to cash in on that big money incentive, they could get another meal. But it's that simple for the Bucks. If the Bucks win today, they win the South. They could also lose today and don't even get in. These scenarios are crazy how you could win your division or don't make the playoffs. It's absolutely crazy. So we got that on watch today.
I mean, as Wyclef told Dylon, you can make the song or you cannot make the song. I think Baker Mayfield and Dylon, that's pretty similar. Because if you ask Baker Mayfield who are the best 5 quarterbacks, he'd probably say Baker, 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 and Baker. So that makes sense to me. Same guy.
Hey, what's up, Richard Washington? My guy right there, no doubt. Caesar say he wants us to know that I'm not the only one that's humble. He says he's humble too. So he just want everybody to know that. So it's like,
I need more time for a good comeback. I don't want to waste this moment, so just let it pass.
What else we got? We have the Packers and Bears, which is very interesting to me, because the Bears would love nothing more than to spoil it all for the Packers. The Bears have already been eliminated, but they're only a game apart. And this could actually be, if you really think about it, this could end up being one of the more fun games of the day.
Yeah.
Because Justin Fields is going to try to show out because there's all these questions anyway. Do we want to bring him back? Are we not, do we bring him back? What do we do with that first pick? What do we do with him? And then, of course, the Packers are trying to get in the playoffs. So that's going to be a pretty fun game, man. And they got that. I beat us at 4:00 game, I believe. So that's going to be interesting.
I do love the way the league has started over the last few years, started scheduling games based on scheduling the last week games based on what's going on. I love it. So we get a lot of information before we get to the later games, and we already know what we're looking for. And then we got the one tonight.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hey, I do too, Rich. I do too, man. I like this for him. He got a chance to really show. I hope he shows out today. People getting all this crazy stuff. I hope Fields shows out today. Man, Fields go out there. Man, bro, go out there and get about 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. I want you to run for about $120. I just want you to just do your dance on those people. You know what I'm saying? They're playing at Soldier Field. I believe game is at Soldier Field.
Now, do you Prime? Do you take do you get rid of him?
No.
Let him go, or you keep him?
No, I'm keeping him. And I think I'm probably do a TikTok about that joint. But I'm gonna keep him because I'm looking at it like this. You're undecided. I mean, you heard some people in the organization talking about they're gonna keep Eberflus. Then I heard something yesterday that they might not. You know, they might make a change. We don't know. But then I'm looking at this. DJ Moore has his best games when Fields is a quarterback.
True.
I got a shot to maybe go out there and get Marvin Hurst and put him on the other side of that. I can figure out in my next pick down the line that I would probably go offensive lineman for him,
Yeah.
unless it'd be hard for me to pass up Jared Verse on that end from Florida State if he's sitting there. But I would probably try to patch up that offensive line and somewhere along the way. But I'm definitely taking Marvin Harrison and I'm keeping Fields. That's dynamic to me. And forgive me. Cole Kmet is pretty good in his own right. So I have a pretty good daggone tight end as well. So no, I'm not getting rid of Fields, man. Not
fair enough.
Yeah. So and let's see what else we got. Oh, the big story. Belichick. You think this is the last time we see the legendary Bill Belichick on the Patriots sideline?
Yes, this is the last time we see Belichick on the sideline. He is out of here. Hopefully he goes to the West Coast somewhere. Although there will be a job open in the NFC East, we're pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
The word is out. So you never know.
James Stewart is definitely out. So, and that's the talk. We're hearing talk about not only that job in the NFC East, but hearing some talk about a certain job in the NFC South as well that could become available. Maybe even two, and which is funny that both of the jobs that are being talked about of a team to have a chance to make the playoffs today, and we got that game in our lineup today. So it's just funny.
I was just down in one of them stadiums.
Yeah, I seen he was in the ATL.
Yeah. In the Mercedes-Benz joint. That joint clean, boy.
Man, you didn't go to the Hall of Fame while you was down there? He was right there.
Bruh, I know. And we walked through. Well, no, I did not, first of all.
College Football Hall of Fame is a treat, bro.
Yeah, I heard. I walked through that joint a little bit the last time I was in Atlanta back in 19.
It's special. Like if you're a college football fan, it's truly special.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in there. But now I was running around with the family, following behind Penn State and doing all that type of stuff. So even though they took the L, shout out to my younger cousin Anthony Ivy, who was a redshirt freshman at Penn State, wide receiver. And yeah, we had a good time. So I appreciate the tickets. Cuzzo brought me down there. I drove on down, had a good time, hit the club, paid for it later. But yeah, we live to fight another day.
No doubt. Anybody who hasn't been to the College Football Hall of Fame and you are a college football fan, it is a treat. Check it out when you go to Atlanta, and it's literally right around the corner down the street from Mercedes-Benz. You can walk.
Yeah, right by the CNN.
Easy walk.
Yep.
See the Hawks play too. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is an easy walk, man. I'm trying to. I don't know. I said it this past year too. I am legitimately trying to make it to the Braves new field this coming season. And if I do, I'm going to definitely make sure that while I'm in the ATL that I get back to the College Football Hall of Fame. Been a few years, but I'd never forget it, man. And speaking of coaches, we expect Brandon Staley to be fired with the Chargers.
He better be fired.
Who else? Arthur Smith's job is in question. There's a few things floating out that we've already stated. I think both of us kind of agree. We'd like to see Antonio Pierce get a shot at that job.
And if nothing else, that man, shoot, we talked about Steve. Was it Steve Wilkes before? In Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody deserves a shot, just coming off of being an interim, it is Antonio Pierce. Like them people's played. It was a whole different team as soon as he took over, and I don't know if that's more credit to him or more, them wanting to get rid of old boy that was bringing everybody down with his attitude and his approach to people. He who shall not be named.
Very interesting. And Joe just brought up something too. Yeah, he said that's right. I didn't think about this. Staley already gone. So Brandon Staley's already gone. So,
when did he get? Wait, he been gone for a couple of weeks, ain't he?
Yeah, he been. You know, we don't talk about the Chargers that much here, and for good reason. Because I remember seeing something the other day. Now somebody was saying something about one of the college jobs that they believed that he would have some interest from some college program. So
you think? Well, I mean, I guess that's any pro coach, any NFL coach is going to get some interest from colleges.
Yeah, he should hopefully get Dan Quinn behind out of Dallas and go to the Chargers. Nah, Rich, we ain't trying to see that, bro. I need Dan Quinn to keep that same energy he's had where he's talking about he's fine. He likes coaching these guys. And I don't want to see Dan Quinn change position unless McCarthy get fired. And I've been very clear about McCarthy. He has to at least get the Cowboys to the NFC Championship game, in my opinion, and not mess it up with the time, with poor time clock management, which he is the worst at. Or going forward on them crazy fourth downs the way Brandon Staley used to do it when we don't need to go for it and cost us points.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if that was to occur, I would like to have Dan Quinn as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys if he would want the job.
They got no words, nothing.
Yeah. To bring up the notion when they say some guys are just so much better at coordinators, Dan Quinn should get some type of award. Agreed. And Joe says, yeah, it's been about 3-4 weeks ago. Slipped my mind. And he's absolutely right. He's already gone. Because remember, matter of fact, when he got fired, I don't know how we forgot this. On one of the shows, I had said something. I had made a joke about Kellen Moore. And then I forgot what the joke was, but it's around about the time that he got fired. So that is absolutely correct.
I don't remember either, bro.
Yep.
It's 2024. I'm put everything in the past.
First round exit. We ought to know what that's about. We're going to see. I'm hoping some things happen today that would kind of help that not happen.
Who is that?
That's Travis Ridley.
Oh.
You already know what the first round exit about. So,
yo.
Yeah. I mean, there's no,
look,
you can't say first round exit about any other squad. And then nobody's going to think about any other team. You just say first round exit. It's the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, it could be either of us.
But they ain't talking about y'all. That's the thing. It could be either of us, but they're not talking about y'all.
He's a Washington fan, so
What's the one job that nobody wants? Well, I would say Washington initially.
Yeah.
But things might be looking up. I mean, you got new ownership. At some point, gonna get a new stadium. So I don't know if there's a job. Is there a job in the NFL that nobody should ever want? I don't want to say Carolina. I mean, they've been terrible, but it's nice in Carolina. They got a nice stadium, nice fan base. Except when they was giving away them 45-cent tickets. Did you see that a few weeks ago? And the stadium was still empty.
I saw the $5 Jones.
No, they were legit 45-cent tickets. I thought that was a joke. In the stadium, there was some $5 joints, and I seen a dude on Instagram says, "What a way to go to my first game." Dude had $18 tickets, bro. And I'm telling you, he had to been 5 or 6 rows from the field. He was down low for $18. Yeah. That's it. And the stadium was still half empty.
That's all right there. Like that. Now it was raining that day. It was raining. I'm just saying it was raining and it was 2 bad teams. I forgot who they were playing, but it was 2 bad.
People show up in rain and snow to games, man. Well, so it is. There's no excuse. You did say it was 2 bad teams, so
it was. I forgot who it was, but it was 2 bad teams. So
you see Carolina by a wide margin. You're a Cowboy fan, I'm sure. What you mean, Justin? I was just being honest. Washington, nobody wanted. If you're talking about what I said about Washington, man, nobody wanted that job, man. While your boy, while your boy was still owning the team, the stadium is trash. They got dividers. A certain parts of the field you can't see if you're sitting under. I mean, it's the sewage pipes. It's just crazy, bro. You know, and then the stadium is a dump. I've been there more than a few times. It's not because it's Washington. I'm just telling it like it is. Stadium a dump. You know, and I pray that y'all get and I know y'all gonna get better facilities. Y'all need to go ahead and move that thing to Alexandria like y'all been talking about. And I might decide to go back down there. So that way, when the Cowboys come and I go watch, I can actually enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that ain't gonna be a parking lot out there, John.
That's crazy.
It's already a parking lot.
I ain't talking about this Washington, man. I'm just saying the stadium is terrible. Now, people will tell you they had a good time when they go. Of course, it's football. It just doesn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? When I've been to Baltimore, you know, I've been to Carolina for all intents and purposes, to wait for it to not have some of the things that the other stadiums have is a nice stadium. Mercedes-Benz. So as you were just there, so Mercedes-Benz has a nice stadium.
It does.
They just built out in LA with Vegas, all that. Them joints is nice. I'm just saying, it's beyond time. It's beyond time. Just like when the Cowboys had to rebuild Texas Stadium, legendary Texas Stadium. It's time to do something with FedEx. Ain't nothing legendary about FedEx. RFK maybe, but I'm just saying it's time to rebuild FedEx. Not rebuild it, just move on. You know what I'm saying? So let the little league kids play there for their championships. Shout out to Washington, though. Y'all get that done. That's what they did with FedEx. I mean, RFK. Man, they were still having track meets and everything in RFK.
Oh, yeah.
They moved out of there. Yeah. So I ain't trying to be funny, but that's what they need to do. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Washington deserves better. I'm gonna be honest, they deserve better. So anyway, let's get to these games, man. Let's get to these games this time. We got 6 games we're gonna pull out for the people today. And I tried to go in and find the football games that had the most playoff implications. So first up on our list is going to be the Vikings and the Lions. You know, the Lions are already won the division. The Lions are squarely in the playoffs. But the Vikings still at 7-9 have a glimmer of hope, and some things a whole lot of things got to go. Here's a scenario right here for you, though, bro. Minnesota Vikings, 1 p.m. today, they need to win. They need the Bears to beat Green Bay. They need Seattle to lose and Tampa Bay to lose. Or they win, Green Bay loss, or Seattle loss, and a New Orleans loss. That's a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's rough.
It's unfortunate. With the loss of Kirk Cousins, things went awry a little bit. He did have a couple good games from Josh Dobbs, but that didn't last for so long. And now we're down to Nick Mullins. I think Mullins is the 4th quarterback, at least the 4th quarterback they've had this season, if I'm not mistaken. They don't even deserve to be in the playoffs, to be honest. So this is fair. This is fair. This is what it should be. Is Detroit wait. Y'all are 2.
Mm-hmm. So Detroit would be 3 as of right now.
3, 6. We'd be 5 though. Huh. It could get interesting. Okay. All right. And there's no reason for Detroit to play because they're squarely in the 3. Y'all are 11-5. Well, maybe y'all are 11-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on the off chance that the Cowboys lose, I guess Detroit does have reason to try, at least for the first half.
Yeah. Well, you got some things to play for. I don't know if Dan Campbell cares or not, but you got Jahmyr Gibbs is 85 yards away from 1,000. You got Montgomery only 25 away.
That's
from
crazy.
1,000. Yeah, so it's a chance that we have 2. You know what needs to happen? Just need Gibbs to break one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Montgomery, and then you get two running backs over 1,000 yards. But I know Campbell gonna be out there trying to handle his business, especially he's still upset about the way last week's game went down. So I think he put out all the stops today. And my guy, I'm on Rod St. Brown.
He mad.
He mad. He done left him off the Pro Bowl. I don't even know if I would want to even go to Pro Bowl no more. But just the fact that he didn't make the Pro Bowl is crazy in itself. So they're gonna definitely be out there trying to get at it. You know what I'm saying? What you think about this game though? Minnesota got a shot in the game. I ain't talking about the playoffs.
At the playoffs, no. In the game, sure, why not? We don't know what Detroit team is showing up. Personally, I can't see them going super hard in this game. Pause if necessary. But even with that, the same way that the Ravens actually were in the game with quite a few backups on the field yesterday, I think Detroit will still be in the game the same way. And I have maybe not a lot more faith in Pittsburgh than Minnesota, but in the situation, I had more faith in Pittsburgh winning that game yesterday than Minnesota winning this game today. So I'm going with Detroit 24-17.
I got the Lions 27-23. I think Vikings put up a fight though. I think Mullins is back in there. And we know he turned the ball over a little bit, but he seems to have a good rapport with the receivers. And Justin Jefferson has absolutely torched Detroit in his career. Now, of course, Kirk Cousins was throwing the rock, right?
Exactly.
When he would do that, but still, I think he gets out there and get busy. But Lions still playing, man. They still got a chip on their shoulder for everything that happened to them in the past 7 days. So, yeah, 27-23, I'm taking the Lions. And, of course, us saying that, then that means they're going to lose today. Next up, we have the Falcons and the Saints. There's that division again. 7-9 versus 8-8. The NFC South is a mess. So we already talked about earlier, if Tampa Bay wins, they win the division, right? If Tampa Bay loses today, Carolina makes it rougher for them than people think it's going to be. And this is the last week of the season, bro. We didn't see crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The winner of this Falcons-Saints game wins the division.
Make no daggone sense.
Yep. So this is crazy. I haven't seen word on whether Alvin Kamara is playing yet on that number he had. I think it was that ankle situation. So that would leave Kendre Miller and Jamal Williams back there running the rock. They can run it, but it's not quite the same. Interesting game, man. What you think?
It's ugly. You said interesting. There's nothing interesting about this game. It's ugly. Nobody wants to see it. The fact that the Saints smacked Tampa Bay last week leads me to lean towards the Saints. That's about it. That's the only reason. Like if this game was 12-9, I wouldn't be surprised. If this game was 35-3, I wouldn't be surprised. Who knows what's going to happen between these two teams? I was just in Mercedes-Benz, so I mean, in theory, yeah, that ain't gonna sway me one way or the other. New Orleans, 30 by mistake, 30-21, 30 by mistake.
30 by mistake.
Yeah, you know what, Prime? I don't like the way that sounds. New Orleans and 30 don't even go together. That don't even go. Nope, I said it. Stick with it. 30-21.
I got 23-19. I'm rolling with the Saints.
Rolling with Rush.
Rolling with the Saints, keeping things alive over there would put them over to what, 9-8. And all contingent though. A lot of stuff's contingent on what happens in the, like with the Bucks as we talked about. And you mentioned earlier about how great they put these schedules together, at the end of the season. All these games at 1:00.
Yep.
NFL said, y'all ain't sitting nobody. You hear me? Y'all gonna play. Y'all are gonna play.
Yep.
I'm saying so. A lot of action going on. in that one. But yeah, I like the Saints 23-19 in this game. And let me see, make sure we didn't miss anything on that one. Yep, there it is right there. The Saints clinched the NFC South Division title with the win, a Tampa Bay loss, a tie, and a Tampa Bay loss. So that means the game gonna be 6-6 today. They clinch a playoff berth though, even if they don't win the division. If they win, the Seattle loses or ties, Green Bay loses or ties, or if they tie and Seattle loses and Green Bay loses, it's a lot of work.
That's ugly.
Just win the game and just win the daggone game, right?
That's it.
Very interesting. Next up, we have the Seahawks and the Cardinals. And this is more so for a couple of reasons. The Seahawks are super desperate. They would need a lot of work to be able to actually get into this thing. And it's just interesting. Cardinals played very well last week. So this is a game that I think that we could actually have a lot of fireworks going on. How you feeling about it?
I mean, both these teams beat the Eagles, so, I don't feel nothing about it.
Remember, you brought that out. I didn't.
I ain't never seen two worse-looking teams beat another team that's actually okay. Anyway, I don't have a lot to say. 34-26 Cardinals. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals want to go out with a bang, man. I see Kyler Murray probably playing well in this game. I don't know what happened to Seattle. The defense was actually on the rise there a certain part of the season, and they're looking kind of shaky on that back end. I like Greg Dortch today. 804 stand up. I think Greg Dortch can go out there and give these people a problem. James Conner, hey, give that man 25 carries a day, 30 total touch. Let him do his thing. I think they really give these people a problem. It's going down at 425. So this could actually be a fun game as well. But yeah, Cardinals 30-27.
30-27. Dang, Brian, we picking the same teams today.
Pretty sure this next one, I'm pretty sure you pick the same team, but we're going to see. Next up would be the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Washington, Maryland Commanders.
Not Washington, Maryland.
I mean, I just try to put the stadium in there. And you mentioned, of course, about one quarterback, one coach on his way out. We're pretty sure that Del Rio, Riverboat Ron, I'm sorry, is done over there. And that's where a lot of the talk is coming from about Bill Belichick, right?
You call that man Jack Del Rio?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the coaching staff, man. Everybody got to go. Everybody go.
I mean, he be gone. Yeah, you're right.
He go, I'm saying, but everybody going or got to go. Eric's still there holding that clipboard, and I don't feel good about it for him. But anyway, very simple scenario. The Cowboys win the game. They win the NFC East, which is something nobody saw 3-4 weeks ago even happening because too much had to happen, and it happened.
Right.
So it's just that simple. Feeling pretty confident about this game, but I don't think it's just that easy. It is on the road, and you know how we seem to get on the road. We score about 20 less points per game when we are visiting a team. So, am I a little bit worried? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. What you think?
40-13.
40-13. You got Sam Howell beat us before, man. You don't think you do?
You know good and well. Man, CeeDee Lamb ain't even playing past the middle of the third quarter. He gonna have $150, maybe 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Dak gonna have a good day.
Yeah, they that back end is something terrible down there with the Commanders. But they be playing with a lot of pride. I expect them to play. Sam Howell is one of only 8 quarterbacks in the league that started every game this season.
He said they play with a lot of pride.
They play with pride.
They play with a lot of pride.
With Sam Howell, Dak Prescott as well. But Yeah, one of 8. Both of them, there are 2 of only 8 quarterbacks to play the entire season without missing a game. And the
Let's
one thing
go,
I do
Dak.
like, huh?
I just said let's go, Dak. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. I echo that statement. And look, one thing about it though, the Cowboys were getting some nice pressure last week on Jared Goff, especially DeMarcus Lawrence. I know everybody was talking about Michael Parsons, but DeMarcus Lawrence was living in the backfield last week. And I like that because Washington leads the league in sacks allowed. So we need to get out there and get busy on that end. I also like the fact that over the past 6 games, Sam Howell's thrown 10 interceptions. Bland to the house in this one. Take the Dallas Cowboys 31-17, and by some miracle, we actually win the daggone division. And we need every ounce of that because we need as many playoff home games as we can get.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for y'all to play the Rams.
Well, there ain't no easy win either, but I'm just saying. I said it was 2 teams I said that people did not want to see if they got into the playoffs. And one of them is pretty much safe. One was the Rams, and the other one is in the AFC was the Buffalo Bills. So I think the Rams could pose a problem for a lot of teams on the NFC side in a one-and-done tournament, bro.
Agreed.
Yeah, so
I don't want no parts of it.
Let's see. Don said, don't let that kryptonite left in the visitors' locker room get y'all prime. Yeah, he said the Niners left that kryptonite in there last week. I hope not, bro. I hope not. I hope we go in there and handle business and play like something. This is the Cowboys we talking about, though, but play like somebody who want to win something.
Cuzzo, come scoop me up. Come scoop me up. This is me. This is me in 2024 saying, come pick me up because I don't have a ride.
Word up. Word up. So, Don, you going to handle that? If not, let me know. I got you.
I'll get there eventually. But, ain't no telling with these people. Ain't no telling.
Word up. So we both got the Dallas Cowboys ending Riverboat Ron's tenure. Do you know coming into today's game, his record is exactly 102, 102, and 2.
Oh, in his career.
Yep.
Wow.
102, 102, and 2.
Well, guess what? He gonna have a losing record after today. All right.
103 and 2.
That's
last time, hey, I take the last time I hit the pick 3. I hit that 232.
Hey, Prime, weren't y'all the last people to Tom Brady? Is that still a thing? I can't remember.
Yes, it is a thing.
Okay.
In his career.
Now you can put Riverboat Ron under 500. Look at y'all. Y'all just out here creating memories for everybody.
Somebody said the Cowboys going to trick it up. Come on, cuz. Then my cousin going to come in talking about the game going to be 20-20 tie.
Dang.
We don't need none of that, bro. We don't need none of that. Unless Philly just happened to lose too. Right? So.
Which is definitely a possibility.
Speaking of which, that is the next game. We got 2 games left. That would be your Eagles taking on the Giants. And I don't know if you've seen the front. This is a true story. The front page of the USA Today says Lost Birds. It has a picture of your coach on it. How you feeling about that?
Lost Birds.
Yeah. And they lost, what, 4 or 5?
Why we got to do all that? Why we got to act like all that?
I don't make the headlines, man. I'm just telling you what it said.
I can't say we don't bother nobody because that would be a lie.
Yeah, don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
Here's the thing. Only Prime will be able to confirm this because everybody else going to act like it's not true. Since this season started, I have said on a weekly basis, even when the Eagles were 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, ain't matter. The Eagles have not played a very good game all season. It's still true. It's still true. Except the difference is those games that somehow the Birds were able to come out with a W, have turned into losses in 4 of the last 5 games. It's been the same team, unfortunately, the whole time. I don't think it was on here, but talking to somebody, I was like, I think it was after maybe 10 weeks. I was like, the Eagles could be 4-6 right now, for real. They could have been 4-6. And it wouldn't have taken a lot to be that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what this is. I have no explanations of anything. Lost Birds is true, but I don't like the fact that I saw like Mariucci was on here talking about, yeah, the Eagles aren't playing like they were playing earlier in the season. I'm like, yeah, they are. They are playing the exact same, actually. And in the words of the very popular in the moment and very viral Shannon Sharp, you don't accept anything in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. So if they've been the same team the whole time and just happen to win, it is what it is. I hate to see it. But what you gonna do? It ain't. I don't think there's a light switch that can be turned on.
Right.
I do think the Eagles can win today and then win a game in the playoffs. And who knows what could happen if they start trending that direction. But it's just the same. If they play the same as they played all season long, then it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I would love for that to be the case, but I guess ever since the knee injury that once again nobody saw in the moment. I just like to point out that I told y'all he was hurt when he got hurt, and all y'all was like, "Oh, he ain't hurt, ain't nothing wrong with him." And you see him play the rest of the season, and he's been hurt the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, from that moment, even before that moment, until now, that dude ain't look good. He hasn't looked good. He hasn't looked consistent at all. And I'm just waiting for the season to be over. So hopefully Burr can get healthy and maybe get back to something similar to the way he played last season. Don't get me started on the defense. Like the secondary is Swiss cheese. But I still like, dear Jimmy, can we pray to Jim Johnson? Is that a thing? I don't think so. But I don't know. I'm tired of seeing 4 defensive linemen rush every game. Every game. This is what happens. You rush 4, quarterback's in the pocket, gets forced to step down, then steps to the right. Reddick is up the field. He steps to the right, scrambles to the right, and be over there, John, chilling for about 4-5 seconds. Eventually, somebody gonna be open. Like somebody gonna. I don't care how good your defense is. Somebody gonna be open at some point. Do you send an extra man sometimes? Because the Eagles don't blitz daggone near at all, at all. And I guess that looked good last year because everybody was getting after it, and record number sacks, and so many people over 10 sacks with 5. That ain't it this year. That ain't it. And the back end is not able to cover that up. So prayers up. Prayers up.
Looks like you're trying some different stuff back there with Patricia calling that defense, though. Because I saw a couple of plays when you guys were playing last week. And I guess they were trying to disguise some stuff. But they had Hassan Reddick looking like he about to rush. And this man back up and back.
Covered.
I ain't seen that before. Is that a good idea or is it not a good idea? I don't know.
He said, "This ain't me, cuz. This ain't me."
When I said maybe it ain't a good idea. It was like they got scored 29-10, I believe, in the second half. But I'm sitting outside. I saw it one time. I'm like, okay. And a few plays later, I saw it. Reddick stepping back in coverage. Like, what's really good?
Yeah. Desperation breeds, I don't know. But it's desperation, though. It's definitely desperation.
Yeah, they can't afford to blitz the secondary suspect. Well, Slade's been missing too. I mean, he ain't playing today either.
Saying they can't afford to blitz secondary suspect, half the reason some teams blitz is because they're secondary suspect.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I got y'all winning today, though. I think.
Thanks, Prime. Thanks. I feel so good about that.
I think they give you a little bit of a test, though. I mean, they gonna go over there, your boy Darius Slayton. You know, somebody gonna catch a few passes. Saquon, like, I don't know what y'all gonna do with me, but I'm gonna let y'all know what y'all should do with me. He gonna try to ball out. I think y'all eventually pull it away late. I think they give y'all a little bit of a tussle though for a minute. No Devontae Smith to worry about. See if they show your boy Brown on the sidelines, he happy? Is he not happy? I don't know, but Eagles won at 28-17, but I think they give y'all a little bit of a run for some of this game.
I'm picking the Giants.
Golly. How you really feel?
23-20. 23-20 the Giants.
Indeed. Okay. Y'all heard that first. He's going to be content going into the playoffs with number 5. And let's see, that's what's going to happen.
I ain't going to be content with it. What I'm going to do about it? Ain't nothing we can do.
You're going to feel if Dallas lose and y'all pull one of our moves, have a golden opportunity, and y'all lose too.
Dog. I mean, we tricked up 5 games and then ended up losing 4 of them in the second half. All of them. What else could happen? Nothing will surprise me. There's nothing that could happen that will surprise me.
Before we get to this last game, I want to read you something real quick that's very interesting to me. Right?
I hope Caesar answered.
Wow. I saw this the other day, and it took me a minute to find it again this morning. So we didn't bring up the Bengals and Browns game today. Of course, the Browns, you know, they scrape. So they ain't got a lot of folks that's going to be playing in this game. Probably no Ford, no Flacco. Most of these guys are not going to play, right? So if the Bengals, who are currently sitting at 8-8, if they win today, if they beat the Browns, said this will be, I think, the first time since the league merger in 1970 where every team in the division finished over 500.
Ooh.
So the Ravens would be 13-4. The Browns would be 11 and 6, 11 and 6. The Steelers are 10-7. The Bengals would be 9-8.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
And what's even crazy, if you think about, so that's since the merger. Now you could go back since before the merger in 1935, and so you have to remember this is some of y'all are too young to remember these days, or remember talking these days anyway.
I hope you're too young to remember 1935.
Yeah, the league, that's when they played 12 games. So we didn't have the 17 that we play now. There's 12 games.
Yeah, also
the line and check this out. This one it was a minute because look at this divisions. This was the NFL West is what they called it, right?
Wow.
The Lions in the West were 7-3-2. The Packers were 8-4. The Bears were 6-4-2, and the Cardinals were 6-4-2. Now, when I said West, look at the teams that I gave you. But that's how the league was made up back then. They just had to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
Very interesting. Very last game. And the game that just like they set up all the 1 o'clock games, lovely. They set the 4 o'clock games, lovely, because they was like Dallas and Philly. Y'all ain't gonna know nothing. Y'all gonna play y'all players. Ain't nobody sitting nobody. So y'all going at 4:25. So every 4 o'clock game starts at exactly 4:25.
I love it.
So they say this one for the nightcap, 8:20. We go into this one. The teams that just played not too long ago, but we have the Bills and the Dolphins. And we know the Dolphins, hey, they in there. They are good to go. But Buffalo needs to win this game to get into the playoffs. And this is one of those other funny ones going into yesterday before we had the whole Texans Colts thing. There was a situation to where the Bills could finish, they could win their division or they can be sent home. How you do that, bro? Like the line is just that thin. And they're faced with a couple of things have changed now because they still need to win.
Right.
And, they'll keep an eye on, they'll know some things depending on what happens with Jacksonville and all that earlier today. But yeah, your boy Josh Allen and them need to come out this joint firing and secure that spot. What you think about this game?
Again, in the words of Wyclef, you can make the song or you cannot make the song. Same situation. I don't know, man. That is pretty crazy, though.
They could have ended up with the 2 seed. There was a scenario coming in, so they could have ended up with the 2 seed.
I mean, they brought all this on themselves, though. They've been looking kind of wild for a good portion of the season. And a couple games they kind of tricked up that they could have won, including against the Eagles. Thank you. No, thank you, but thank you at this point. Yeah, but you don't want to see them. They get in there, you don't want to see them. I know that. They show up. You at the crib, they show up. You like, they got enough to make this a problem. And you can't say that about everybody, even in the playoffs. You can't say that about everybody. But Buffalo, yeah, they have the track record to show it in the last few years, and they still got those same weapons sitting right there looking at you. Then you got James Cook out here acting like he like football. Like Dalvin don't like football. Maybe it's only one Cook brother can be nice at a time. Maybe that's what it is. The gods have said
NFL bylaws, bro. You see that?
I didn't read that in the bylaws. Yeah. That must have been an addendum, because I missed that part. But yeah, one Cook brother per moment, I guess. So we'll see how busy James Cook is tonight. And I guess shout out to Dalvin for getting scooped up by the Ravens, right? So
Yep. So we see this here. So basically, they just need to win. Pittsburgh already, so you can, that scenario is out of there. But then, like I said, we talked about earlier, we'll be eyeing the Jags game. I just saw something the way it is believed that Trevor Lawrence is going to play. He's going to try to give it a go today.
He's going to try.
We'll have an eye on that one. And then the Houston Indy ties out the window because Houston's already won that. So basically, Buffalo just need to win. Buffalo just need to win. So in this one, and then you got some people in the chat bringing up some very good points. So it's Waddle is definitely out. So somebody saw that because I didn't see that yet, but I did see. We know about Chubb. Unfortunately, Chubb lost Chubb is lost for the season, which was unfortunate.
Yeah,
most of it's not playing today. So get on that A chain, whatever it is. Get on that, and chance for Tyreek once again. I said it last week. Chance for him to get out here and stake his claim for the MVP case that y'all keep putting out there. And I'm telling y'all right now, for me personally, it's a 2-man race with one person probably ahead. The person ahead is the person that y'all Caesar put up a post a couple of weeks ago and said, explain to me how is he the leader? And we talking about Lamar, of course. All right, so and I still think he is the leader, even with all these missing numbers that y'all looking for. His MVP season was better than this, But to me personally, it goes Lamar. And I don't care what y'all say, but I'm going to say it's Dak Prescott. Then after Dak Prescott, it's Tyreek Hill, and then the boy in San Francisco.
Which one?
The real boy, the dog, son.
Oh, okay.
The dog. You got to make that thing really go. McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I look at. That's the way I look at it. And matter of fact, I might swap it. He might be 3 and Tyreek might be 4.
Right.
Like Tyreek go out here and bust for 200 tonight. Okay, you might change my thought because a lot of that was hinging on the fact that y'all waiting for this man to hit his 2 Gs. Might not happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I'm just saying. Then again, it could happen.
Have you seen any single person say CeeDee Lamb should be in the MVP conversation? I'm just curious.
But people will say those things, but they shouldn't.
I was just curious. I hadn't seen anything, but
even though he is a dog, shout out to all of y'all that say he wasn't the number 1 receiver. I remember. I'm old enough to remember that. He ain't number 1 receiver. Even some of you Dallas fans. But anyway, respect to CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. But anyway, Who you got in this game tonight?
Man, I got Buffalo getting out of here, needing it more and getting out of here with the dub. Man, I wish I knew what Miami was missing. I wish I knew what Miami was missing. That
They play when they play good teams.
Yeah.
They kind of like Dallas. They actually line up with good teams. They have a problem. Go back and look at Miami's schedule this year. That's just about every week. Just about every week that they played a good team, they either lost or they were challenged. You know, so we kind of put them dropping 70 out there, and that's all we remember.
Yeah. I mean, they beat who's in front of them. When the people in front of them are under 500, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo. They got more on the line, and when it comes down to it, like, this is a playoff game basically, and I have more confidence in Buffalo, you know, showing up in this moment than I do in Miami.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The main thing I'm watching is the pressure that they'll be able to get on Tua. There was a time period people were showing his numbers and they were talking about how money he's been under pressure. He's faltered in some of those games this year. And I remember the first time they played, he wasn't able to get the ball deep down the field at all. You know, I saw something a while ago, and I'm pretty positive that the only time that he didn't have a completion, meaning it was caught deep down the field, for 20 yards or more, was in the Buffalo game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they might not have had someone catch a pass and then go down there, but they weren't getting the ball down the field like they do against everybody else. So that's going to be the key. But I think Buffalo hungry, man. They know what's on the line. I got them beating Miami too, especially with all those guys missing, and the fact that even though Jalen Ramsey's been money, you know, the last 2-3 weeks he's been balling out, but he's been playing with the sore knee.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already missing your man's Howard on the other side. So somebody got to get tested. This might be one of them Gabe Davis games. So it's going to be real interesting, man.
Indeed.
All right, that's it for our Week 18 picks. You got anything for the people before we get out of here?
What was your score for that one?
Oh, 31-27.
I got 29-24.
Indeed.
That's it.
Oh, Jay just messed me. He had a good, I think he was talking about, he said our conference doesn't count. I think he was talking about the year, what was it? Washington went, was it 8-8? Was it 8-1?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So the thing was above 500, right? So I don't know that tie getting counted as being above. So that's what the scenario is.
Yep.
No doubt. About to get out. Hey, Don sent you a message. He said about to pull up soon. So.
Well, dang. All right.
That's cool. So I see you OGs in a little bit. Appreciate y'all checking us out. And we'll be back sometime later this week or definitely next Sunday. So enjoy your Sunday. Win that FanDuel money and all that stuff. We out.
Chill.